Hi. I just woke up at home at La Akea Farms, spelled L-A apostrophe A space K-E-A, La Akea. It's so hard for me to remember. Anyways, this is my yard. This is the garden. It just grows all of this green. So yeah, really, really fortunate that the universe brought me here. I'm absolutely awed and amazed that this is real. This is, this is everything I've ever dreamed of. They don't allow dogs here, really. There's one guy that kind of brings a dog, but like dogs don't live here. There's a couple of cats. Perfect. This neighborhood is like out in the country, and after dinner last night, it was dark. I went for a walk. More like a fun celebratory exercise, jump around, walk in the night. I was so excited. I was so excited. I was so filled up with like all of these shiny people and love and excitement for like all these awesome pieces and parts to this place that are like perfectly fit for me, that I I just was laughing and crying and jumping, and I was so full of everything. But I noticed there's no lights. Like, you're not like taking a walk at night with all amongst all these like porch lights, which is something that bothered me always when I was at the Big Yellow House. I would go to the neighborhood across the street because then there would be a whole lot less lights. But this is the no lights. There's no lights. I went for a walk from, see back there, there's my house in the parking lot. And like there's this dirt road that goes for, I don't know, it's kind of a long dirt road, like maybe a quarter mile out to the main road. And no lights. I just got to enjoy the sky and the moon. And the moon's pretty big right now, and so it like lit the way, but there's so many trees that they also like shaded the path, and so it was cool and mystical. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I made it here. I'm so grateful. So I have choices, right? And this journey has been a lot of training in like finding my way and making my own choices. And spirit says, do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And like I follow for a while, and then if it's not my truth, I crash. For example, being a vegan. I did that. I did it faithfully. Vegan, gluten-free for 6 months. And then when I came to Hawaii and I didn't have like the kitchen to support it, and I didn't have family or anything to stay strong, then I started getting losing my discipline in that, or losing the will to do that. And I think that's okay, because it showed me my truth and like what is true for me and what my needs are. So my point on that is I have an acre of property over in Ocean View, which is a 3-hour drive from here. What I was envisioning for myself on property on the Big Island, what I was imagining in my mind, was something so similar to this place. And just, it was like, great, this will be awesome, it'll be my own, I get to build it, I get to start it, I get to start from scratch. And I went over and visited my property, right? And there was something really big that stuck out to me when I first got there. I was like, crap. Maybe I shouldn't have bought this property sight unseen. The neighbor right behind me has 6 dogs. 6. I went walking near there and they just all start barking. And so I'm like, dang, every time I move, they're all gonna bark. And that's gonna be really obnoxious. I was like, oh, maybe I could get some treats, or maybe I could like try. Well, guess what? Here I don't have to try. And they've got a cool program where kind of like if I lived here for 6 months and it's kind of a trial period, then I could be eligible for membership, which costs an investment of either time or money. And all of the signs, everything is pointing to yes. And granted, I realize I'm in this like fresh, like I just got here and everything is so beautiful that I can't even see past this beauty. I'm enamored with this place. It's like, it's so euphoric. I'm in this like blind state of euphoria right now, like meeting a beautiful woman who likes me too, and I can't see past that and see the negatives or the struggles or any. That's where I'm at. So it's hard for me to kind of keep my head level here and be like, is this the right thing for me? All the signs say, yes, this is exactly the right thing for me. I find it interesting because a year ago, when I tried to leave Boise, I left Boise and I took a ride and I went out to Trinity Hot Springs, right? Which is another kind of community where people live there and work. And then it wasn't like, at first I liked it and it was beautiful and awesome, and then I ended up not liking it, right? Hi. It wasn't healthy there. When they weren't working, everybody would drink or smoke weed. There was lots of weed smoking, and then I just went on an adventure for running away from that place to a whole bunch of other places. And while I was running away, it was just like lots of weed, lots of alcohol, lots of like people kind of being miserable that they're working so hard. And then I come here, I get here 1 year later, and like I let go of everything and went on this crazy journey. And I've gone through so many struggles to hard lessons and not sure of like what I'm doing or where I'm going or how I'm doing it, and just trying to follow my heart and my spirit guides and surrendering and learning, surrendering to the lessons, surrendering to the hard lessons and taking it in, and just keeping faith as best as I could. It's really hard to hold sometimes. It's just like, I can describe to you, and many of you know, like the struggles that I've gone through to get here, but like you actually don't know all of the struggles that I have gone through to get here. You all know pieces and parts, and there's just been so many, and it's so cool to be here. And this is where the work begins, but I'm so happy to work. I'm so happy to put in the work. And like I was offered that I could stay here just for free by work trade only. That's an option. And I was like, oh gosh, that sounds good. And I've been feeling into it. Like maybe I don't want to go commute to Kona, a 3-hour commute, and live there for 5 days and then here for 2 days. I think I need to be here. I think this is just where I need to be. And so I think I'm going to turn down that job over there. That's coming around because I had this dream. When I got back from Kona yesterday, I decided to take a nap before I went and mingled with everybody here, and it was so weird. This dream where I was walking up these stairs and I was holding my drill, my impact drill, but it didn't have any bits in it, like no like screw bits or anything. It was like an empty like hole where you could put a little bit, but like the little magnet thing was just poking out of it, empty. And I was going up these stairs, and my job was like chasing after zombies, kind of like in a video game, going after these zombies. And at the top of this one step was this little zombie, and it was like kind of standing there. It was like looking up, like stretched up, and its neck was like way up. And I didn't have the tool I needed to kill it. And I got scared and I started running down the stairs. And then I had like a partner with me, and he was like this tall, thin black man. And he started running down with me. And he was like, wait, wait, wait. And I was like, I'm running. And then I like dropped my impact drill. And I was like, dang, I really like that one. But then I happened to have my circular saw in my other hand. I was running with it. And I had this feeling like, good morning, Emily. Like, this is the one. Like, this is the tool. This is the tool. This is the one. And I just kept like going down the stairs, like kind of worried about my impact. And I get to the bottom. My friend, my partner comes out, and he's like talking about the people there. We're in this like scenario, this situation, this kind of video game place where there's people. There's people that are people that we know and they're friends, but they're acting a little different. And he says it's kind of like they're almost like real, but they're copies of themselves, and they can't progress beyond the point from which they were copied. So they have all of these emotions, and they have the stories from the point where they were copied into this, but they can't grow, they can't move on. They can cry, but they can only cry about the same stories. And I was like, I just like got it in that moment. I was like, oh, it's kind of like the Truman Show, sort of. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, they just keep going around in circles. And then I woke up. And then I saw kind of in my eyes, in the back of my eyes, like vaguely the word electricity. I'm like, what? Okay. So when I first wake up from a dream, I have no idea like what it's talking about, but I had kind of a clue that it was talking about the job, about repeating patterns and doing the same thing over and over and over again. But I wasn't sure if it was totally relating to my job, but I think more so it was, because, and then like the zombie at the top with the throat, I think it was just like, listen to your truth, listen to your truth. And a big thing about my truth is like, I want to work, but I think I want to work here. I want to work at this farm. I don't want to commute. I was thinking while I was driving yesterday, I'm like, this is a beautiful drive, but I'm going to get bored of it very fast. Because there's one drive. And, yeah. So then I just had this kind of intuition, like, you'll know tonight. And last night I did. We were talking about like the volunteering opportunities and volunteering, helping for cooking for this event. And then I learned that there are paid positions to cook for events. And it sounds like it's not super consistent, but like the lead cooks make $20 an hour. And the job I was starting was going to be $17 an hour. And if this is like I can work up to $20 an hour, that's great. And I don't have to spend the time and the gas to go over and make that money. That makes sense. And here it's just how like there's opportunity for freedom. There's opportunity for me to like step into the role of chef like so much faster. And that's what I need. That's where I'm at. I'm a total rock star in the kitchen. And also there's more opportunity here for me to use my other skills, like my electrical skills. There's a lady here who is really good at solar and electricity, and I'm pretty good at it, but she's pretty old and she's got some injuries, and it sounds like she could use help. And I'm like, perfect, I can help. I'm here. Here I am. And there's other jobs I can do that I'll love. Like, I like working in the garden. It's not my favorite, but if like there's some people that are like, hey, we're doing this project, I'm like, oh yeah, I love it. There's wood splitting, which I love, and there's fruit trees around here, and I bought a coconut climbing thing, so I made it. feel like I'm coming to the close of like the chapter of this whole last year, like the mission that came up from like turning 35. I'm turning 36 in 10 days, and I'm gonna start a whole new year, a whole new chapter, novel, really, a whole new book. That wasn't just a chapter. There was so many pieces and parts to it. It was like a fat book. Okay. Yeah. All right, that's enough for today. I'll talk to you later.